everyone, and there we go. And welcome to the Real Watchers live stream for this is November 19th, 2025. Hope you're all doing fantastic so far. Horror and more, Nadia, welcome to the stream. Syrup!
The syrup with you.
What's up?
Sounds like syrup. Sorry.
And this is how you pronounce it. Fox Pixar, Moana trailer just came out and reacted to it. Yeah, we'll be talking about it. That's all we're going to say right now. Because, all right. But Kevin, how the hell you been over the last week?
Pretty good. Just school, work, working up until Thanksgiving, pretty much just making do. I have to think about Christmas shopping, which is ridiculous right now because it's almost here. Right. But no, just been chilling. I have been watching a lot of Free Run, the two Journeys End, and I'm almost done with the first season. And it's a slow burner, but it tells a story, so that's why I'm really enjoying it right now.
Oh, yeah, dude. Free Run is a 10 out of 10 masterpiece show. It is so good. Cannot wait for season 2 next year. But as for me, yeah, same thing. Busy with work. I have a paper due on Friday, so that's they actually moved it to Sunday again, but I'm gonna do it for Friday because I just want to get it out of the way. But I'm also been looking into, because I got a notification from the school, I'm actually going to take a second job through the school if they hire me. But I'm going to apply to be a student grader. So if teachers need help with grading papers and stuff in the film masters and in kind of undergrad stuff, that'll be good because I want to be a film teacher. So it's going to give me some
very
good
cool.
experience. Yeah, just make some extra money on the side, help pay off some debt. But that is kind of all that's going on here. But we'll go ahead and dive into the news stories this week. Got quite a few stuff to get through, so let's go ahead and do it. Wicked for Good is debuting to lower reviews than the first film, debuting to a 72% on Rotten Tomatoes and a 60 on Metacritic. So let's go ahead and actually, I want to look up and see if this is still accurate. So Wicked is actually dropped to a 71 on Rotten Tomatoes. And then I want to see, let's see here. The first movie had a 88. So apparently not as good, unfortunately. Right now on Metacritic, it has a 60, whereas the first film had, I'm trying to see what it had, a 73. So honestly, it is debuting to lower. From everything that I've heard from critics and from a lot of people who've seen it, like fans, that it has the same problem as the actual play does, which is the first half is amazing because it builds up and it builds to Defying Gravity, which is the great moment in the movie, and then it goes to your what's the word I'm thinking of, intermission, and then it goes to the second part, and the second part is just kind of flat. And the first act is where all the good stuff is, right? So with this, it's the same thing. The second movie is not as good as the first one. The last half of the second movie apparently is where it does get good, but the first half is really boring from what
Gotcha. I mean, I still might go see it no matter what. I think you're seeing it on Saturday, right?
Yes, I'm seeing it on Sunday. I am taking last year I took my mom for her birthday to that and dinner. I'm doing that again this year.
Very cool. Yeah.
But I mean, still gonna check it out. We'll see if it's any good. I think this might. I don't think. You know what? Actually, I take that. I don't think it's gonna hurt its chances of getting an Oscar nomination because it's gonna be popular and it's a musical at the end of the year. If it doesn't, I'll be pleasantly surprised. Okay. Because there's so many other movies that deserve nominations this year. So we'll see. We'll see. But I haven't seen it yet, so who knows?
Yeah.
We'll see. Let's go ahead and hand it over to Kevin here.
Yeah, next up, Spider-Man Brand New Day will wrap up filming in December. Super excited for this one as well. I can't wait to see where they go with the story with Spider-Man in his new suit. I keep forgetting he has a new suit at the end of No Way Home. Yeah, No Way Home. But can't wait to see a trailer too. Yeah,
and we've seen some behind-the-scenes footage. We know Punisher's in this. So that's exciting. But no idea on anyone else. I know Sadie Sink from Stranger Things is joining the cast as well, and just announced that she'll be in Avengers Secret Wars. So she might have a bigger role than any of us were thinking.
Ooh, I think she might be Silk then.
Who knows? Who knows.
Knows.
But next up, this has actually just come out today, and it's really cool to talk about. Letterboxd has announced Letterboxd Video Store, which is a film rental platform within Letterboxd. So now, certain movies, not all of them, but certain movies, you'll be able to go to their Letterboxd page, and there will be an option to rent the film. And then you'll be able to actually watch that film in the web platform on your mobile device, any kind of streaming app, Android, Apple TV stuff. What's cool about this is that it is not a subscription. You do not have to pay for this. You only pay if you rent the movie, which I love this idea. Yeah. Not only do you just get to keep track of all your movie lists, but you can then access the movie directly from your movie lists and from the app itself.
Because I know that you do is it the Patreon one or?
I have the patron level, yeah. I pay $50 a year.
But the thing is, you get to see like where the movies are playing on what streaming services. See, I don't even get that, so which is cool. And then this just helps me out because they can get not the obscure movies, but the lesser known movies in their Letterboxd rental. And you'd be like, oh, I can't find it anywhere. Oh, I'll just rent it on Letterboxd, and it gives them that kind of money as well because it's a great platform. I absolutely love using it. It's very simple to use as well. So really cool. So this will be it'll be inside Letterboxd. It's coming in early December, so it might be here within 2 or 3 weeks.
But they're calling it their shelves, which is kind of fun because it's a video store. But you're going to get festival standouts that are yet to be distributed, long watch-listed titles that are finally made available, restorations and rediscoveries worth celebrating, and limited time drops of sneak peeks and unreleased gems that are only there for a short amount of time. They're programming these shelves using millions of watch lists, reviews, and other secret sauce signals. It's like walking into your local video store and seeing the employee picks shelf, and those employees are countless Letterboxd members across the globe.
So cool.
It is so cool, and it's really like I love this. I think it's a fantastic idea. I mean, I'm already a fucking Letterboxd shill, so it's fine. Yeah. But go ahead, moving right along.
Yeah, next up, casting descriptions lead to the idea that Wonder Woman is going to be in the Superman sequel, Man of Tomorrow, which I'm okay with, but I don't know. Are they going to still have like Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, or are they going to do something?
Well, no, apparently because they're casting someone new, which thank God it's not Gal Gadot. She can't act. No, the only reason that people are suggesting this is because the casting description says that they are looking for a woman who will play a hero type character, but then specifically said like a warrior type hero who also is taller. Okay. So it's Wonder Woman. We don't know if that's going to be for like a Easter egg or a cameo or something, or like maybe an end credit sequence. Who knows? It could be also just for the movie, but no idea just yet. We know that she'll be an established hero because there's not really going to be any origin stories in this DCU, at least for the main characters, because we already know all their stories. So, but yeah. Next up, moving right along with some stuff on Heat 2, Christian Bale is rumored to be joining Leonardo DiCaprio in Heat 2, which makes sense because the first Heat was like all these big actors. You know, you had Al Pacino, you had Robert De Niro, and you had Val Kilmer. Makes sense to have Christian Bale and Leonardo DiCaprio. They're kind of like higher level actors that are very popular nowadays. So it makes sense. I think this is a good idea.
I think it's very good. And I actually can't wait to see a trailer or any updates on Heat 2 because Heat 1 is absolutely fantastic. So
yeah. And hopefully Adam Driver is still attached to this. I believe he was in talks to join it. So
that would be awesome if he would be.
Yeah.
So next up,
wrong person. That's
next up, Zombieland 3 could release in 2029. The director says that they'd be like to make them every 10 years. That would be pretty cool, actually.
Well, considering Zombieland came out in 2009 and Zombieland 2 Double Tap, or I think was what it's called, came out in 2019. They said 2029 will be the logical next date for the next one, which is kind of fun that they do it every 10 years. And it's not like you're not forcing a sequel. It's just you have to meet that deadline, which I'm sure all those actors would love to do it again. I've heard that they have an absolute blast when they make it.
I mean, they look like they're having so much fun doing them. So
yeah, and that's kind of a good way to like not oversaturate it. No, like, you don't want to like force your sequels out too quickly. But then also like zombies aren't really as popular as they used to be. So it's kind of a good way to kind of transcend trends, and you can just release it when you want to. I think that's fun.
a lot of things too is a lot of people will be like, oh my gosh, Zombieland 3 2029. Well, in 2028 you'll be like, oh my gosh, Zombieland 3, I totally forgot about it. Like, it would be
Yeah.
kind of a good surprise.
Not official yet, but they just said that they would like to release it in 2029 if they do it.
If they do.
Next up, talking about new movies. A new Star Trek movie has officially been announced, and it is coming from the directors of Dungeons & Dragons, Honor Among Thieves, and the film Game Night, which I think that's a good idea. I mean, depending on what kind of Star Trek movie it is, we don't know what characters it'll be yet, but if it has the same tone as the D&D movie and Game Night, I think it could be great.
I mean, I loved D&D Honor Among Thieves. It was such a fun watch to do, and I didn't mind the other Star Trek movies, to be honest with you. But again, I am not a Star Trek fan. I don't know like all of the lore and everything like that. So going into the movies, I was pleasantly surprised and was having a lot of fun with it. So I can't wait to see a new one.
You know, it's kind of interesting. It's the same way I look at the Star Wars sequel trilogy movies, right? Now, not a lot of people are going to watch the Star Wars sequel trilogies without seeing the original ones, but maybe that's their entry point. They're not the best films in the series, but that could interest them in watching the other ones. Star Trek was that for me. I watched the J.J. Abrams one with Chris Pine and all them, and then I was like, okay, cool, maybe I should watch the older series and stuff, and that got me into Star Trek. So it's a good jumping off point. So
yeah,
totally get it.
Yeah.
All right, Kevin.
Yeah, next up, Avengers Secret Wars will start filming this coming summer. Cool. Hopefully it gets
they'll be in the middle of advertising the first one with Doomsday. I thought they were going to film these back to back, but I guess maybe to help with scheduling conflicts, they're taking some time. But also, Secret Wars might take longer to make given the scope of that story.
Yeah, I think so.
And also the cast they're going to have to get, fingers crossed.
Everybody, pretty much.
Yeah, please, everyone. If everyone is not in that movie, it is not going to live up to its title. Like, I want Tobey Maguire. I want Andrew Garfield. I want Ben Affleck's Daredevil. Just give me everyone. Everyone in one movie. No, but that's awesome. I mean, it's coming out not 2 years from now, essentially. So they are making it far enough ahead of time. Which I mean, I am okay.
2 years though for a big movie like this. That's like I still think that's crazy.
Well, Doomsday, we're getting our first trailer for it in front of Avatar, and then it's a year ahead of time.
That's crazy.
So yeah, and we're getting Spider-Man middle of the year next year too. But alrighty, next up, for those of you 80s movies fans out there, I know there's quite a few of you. The remastered version of Labyrinth will be returning to theaters for 4 days from January 8th through January 11th. Now, I just had the pleasure of watching this for the first time recently because my roommates own it. But if you've never seen it before, it's going to be a good chance to go check it out. Like Kevin, and he can go and experience David's Bowie.
That's what I thought 4K. This was. Okay.
Yeah, you get to see David Bowie's junk. Yeah, it's great.
I don't think I'll be going for that. I will go for the.
Say that now, but when you leave the theater, you'll be like, "That's what I came for."
Next up, The Conjuring: Last Rites will be available for streaming Friday, November 21st. So this Friday. Exclusively on HBO Max. I almost read through January 11th, 2026, and that's why I paused.
It's only there for 3 months or 2 months.
So if you didn't go see it, like I didn't go see it, you didn't go see it either, right?
I've not seen it yet, no.
No. So I mean, be fun little things. Put it on for Thanksgiving dinner beforehand, and just really be thankful.
Just cutting up the turkey, watching a movie that will never live up to James Wan's originals. No. But it's okay. Next up, really fun news here. It's kind of exciting. Nicolas Cage will be rejoining John Woo, the director, for a film about Carlo Gambino, the New York kingpin, the kind of crime boss from New York. They worked together on Face Off with John Travolta, and this is their first time working back together, which is interesting. I don't know if this is going to be more of a drama movie or an action movie, given John Woo's pedigree for doing action movies. But I love Nicolas Cage. I haven't had a chance to go see The Carpenter's Son yet. I'm really interested in seeing that because he plays Joseph, the father of Jesus, and it's a horror movie, so who knows?
So interesting. He gets the weirdest roles, but he just rolls with it, I feel like.
He said that he just takes roles because the projects interest him and he's just having fun at this point. It's not about great.
Love it.
Yeah, it's not about making a good movie. He just wants to have fun and he's got enough money. So it's hey.
Cool for him. But next up, Sharknado Origins has been announced. This is the 7th film in the series. Um, Sharknado Origins is set to introduce audiences to a teenage Finn in April. The two cross paths during a perfect beach summer where sparks immediately fly. But just as Finn is about to seal the moment with a promise ring, the skies darken. Sounds so sci-fi, and I hate it. A massive funnel cloud forms, and the sharks dramatically erupt from the ocean. I mean, well, I love the Sharknado films because they're so out there, but the reading that description made me want to puke.
Yeah, this is not a good sign for the future of cinema. But hey, you know what?
It might be fun.
We'll see if it brings this franchise back from the grave.
Oh, it won't, but
yeah, right. Last up here, Neil Blomkamp's Alien 5, which was announced quite a few years ago, but then it was canceled, never happened because Ridley Scott, who was the original director of Alien, wanted control of the franchise back. That's when we ended up getting Prometheus and Alien Covenant, which I enjoyed those movies, so it's not that big of a deal. But I was really sad that we weren't going to get Neil Blomkamp's Alien 5. Hopefully he's given it back as a chance with, Disney kind of controlling the Alien franchise now. So who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah, sad we never got it.
Yeah, it's okay. I didn't watch Aliens 3 or anything like that. So I watched Alien and Aliens, and then I skipped 3,
and then
4,
you went to Romulus.
And then, no, I didn't go to Romulus.
Did you do Prometheus?
Covenant.
Oh, Covenant. Okay.
Yeah. So.
Okay. So you got 3 to watch still. 3, Resurrection, and Prometheus. Alrighty, but that's it for the news this week. Let's go ahead and get into some of these. Got it. Julie Haggerty as Wonder Woman. There you go. David's Bowie in 4K, 100%. Yep. Another Sharknado. You gotta be kidding me. You absolutely gotta be kidding me. Nope, it's happening. The Asylum has confirmed it.
Crazy. I didn't even expect that news today.
Well, you got it. So, but let's go ahead and dive into the trailer park here. All the movies have trailers this week. Let's just go ahead and get the Dwayne Johnson sized character out of the room first here, Moana. Holy shit, this trailer looks bad.
It didn't need to happen. Period. End of story.
I agree with the YouTube comments section. The animated movie looked more realistic than this movie. Like,
it looks so much more prettier than this movie.
Yeah.
But we got to take it with what is it? Take it
grain
with
of salt.
Grain of salt, because it is the first trailer, and we'll see where it goes.
Yep. I mean, the second trailer could wow our socks off, and it could be a decent movie, but it probably won't.
Yep, exactly.
I mean, at the very best, it will just be the same movie, which the first movie is very good. Moana is a very good movie.
We just
don't need another one.
I just don't understand how they can't do How to Train Your Dragon translation to Moana. Like, the new How to Train Your Dragon, the real life one, looks so good in all the trailers. How could Disney not replicate that?
But I think also the movie still is in post-production very heavily right now.
Okay.
And I think they just wanted to get a trailer in front of Wicked, because Wicked's going to have a lot of people go to see it. And so they're going to want to get as many eyes as possible.
I don't know if they want that trailer. I don't know if they want that trailer.
Well, too bad. It's what we're getting. But let's go ahead and talk about the good movie trailers this week.
Project Hail Mary.
Yes, Project Hail Mary looks fantastic. I already forget the name of the rock character, but the alien looks super adorable, and can't wait to.
What is the rock character's name? We just watched it.
I don't remember. I think it's Rocky or something.
Yes, it is Rocky.
But also, Wuthering Heights looks fantastic. I saw the trailer for this
made.
in front of a couple movies this week, and it looks great. And then I will say, Is This Thing On? Also looks like it's going to be really good as well.
Really
probably going to be an awards season kind of a movie, but we'll see. And then I think we didn't watch the trailer for this before this, Kevin, but Magellan looks really interesting. A Spanish language film about Ferdinand Magellan, who circumnavigated the world. So
very cool.
Pretty excited about that. The guy who played the werewolf in Werewolf by Night is playing Magellan. Gael Garcia Bernal.
Oh no, sorry.
Well, there you go. But anything else stood out to you?
No, just the first couple of two, and then I didn't know even though the SpongeBob movie searching for SquarePants was even a thing. So I love rating these because I'm like, what the heck? I didn't even know these were coming out with like trailers, which is really cool.
Some of these scripted bottom movie. I will say, the SpongeBob movie it's using that really bad 3D stuff. I don't know why they just don't 2D animate the
Like
movies.
like the Camp Coral kind of thing.
Yeah,
That,
I don't know why they
yeah, no.
just animate it like the SpongeBob movie, the original one. Why can't you
Hmm.
just do it 2D? But I will say that the humor looks like it's more on point of the original series, and
Okay.
that has kind of gotten me back on board with it a little bit.
Okay,
So,
but probably not, right?
yeah. Yeah, Moana looks bad.
Yeah, that's
But
fair to
let's
say.
go ahead and get into the box office, Kevin.
Yeah, the box office first is Now You See Me, Now You Don't with 21 million, outlasting The Running Man. He didn't run too far with 16.5 million. Predator Badlands with 12.7. Regretting You with 3.7, and The Black Phone 2 with 2.6. There's a very big difference between between 3 and 4 this week, I feel like. So
This was a pretty weak showing at the box office
mhm.
this last weekend. Really sad to see Running Man lose out to Now You See Me, Now You Don't. But I will say that it is a PG-13, more family-friendly movie going up against an R-rated action comedy, so that kind of makes sense. But I also don't think Running Man was that well marketed. Like, we got the trailers for it, and they always looked really good. But I think the word of mouth was really meh. And we'll talk about that when we get into the movies that we watched this week, because I went and saw it.
I think Now You See Me, Now You Don't has the two other movies that are very regularly available, and The Running Man has an older movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That's like not relevant at all with
Mhm.
current audiences. Yeah,
Exactly.
That's the main problem. But that is it for the box office. Let's go ahead and talk about the movies that are coming out this weekend. Up first is Wicked for Good. Elphaba, the future Wicked Witch of the West, and her relationship with Glinda, the Good Witch of the North. The second part of a two-part feature film adaptation of the Broadway musical. Thanks, IMDb. That's a great synopsis. Really appreciate that. But yeah, it's the second part of the Wicked story. We'll see what ends up happening, because I've never seen the Wicked show, so I have no idea what's going to happen. Up next is a movie that we'll talk about in the next section, but Sisu, Road to Revenge. A man returns to dismantle his family's house where they were murdered in war to rebuild it elsewhere. When the killer, a Red Army commander, tracks him down, a brutal cross-country pursuit begins. This is an actiony kind of John Wick type style film. I will say that this one has a little bit extra of that Mad Max Fury Road vibe to it.
I was
it has
gonna
to do with
say
vehicles and stuff.
Yeah.
Which we'll talk to this when we get to the movies that I watched this week, because I got to see this early as a part of Regal's Mystery Movie Mondays. So then after that movie, I'm very excited about Rental Family, an American actor. Great. Yes, it does. It looks. I cannot wait to cry during this movie. An American actor in Tokyo struggling to find purpose lands an unusual gig, working for a Japanese rental family agency, playing stand-in roles for strangers. He rediscovers purpose, belonging, and the beauty of human connection. I cannot wait for this movie. I love Brendan Fraser, especially when he takes on these like dramedy roles. He excels in them. And this movie looks really, really sweet and heartfelt. And I know that I am going to cry in this movie, hands down.
But it looks so good, and actually it looks really beautiful, the trailer that I watched as well.
Oh, can't wait. And lastly is Altered, one of probably the biggest feature film release for Tom Felton, who is the actor behind Draco Malfoy. In an alternate present, genetically enhanced humans dominate society. Outcasts Leon and Chloe fight for justice against corrupt politicians exploiting genetic disparity, risking everything to challenge the oppressive system. This, of course, has the big thing is that it has Tom Felton in it. And no real reviews yet. And it's got 6.2 on IMDb, so not the worst thing in the world for an independent movie. Who knows?
Yeah, might be good.
And that is going to be it for the movies that are coming out this weekend. And therein is the end of the kind of
scheduled
news part of the show.
Ooh.
We've been doing this for how long? Like a year and a half, 2 years, or whatever.
A lot.
And I just realized that's the end of the news segment.
Yeah. Now we're going to sports.
I'm a professional. And now the weather.
It's cold outside.
I have a lot of movies that I'm going to be
Yes.
talking about this week. You have 2.
I only had 2. Sorry.
So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we'll do 6, 1, 5, 1.
Yeah. Okay.
I can do math. Alrighty. Let me go ahead and just get ready to talk for it. I'm gonna try and keep these short, but still somewhat detailed. I went to both the theaters a lot this week and a lot of animated films this week for Turkey Toon Fest. So we'll go ahead and get into them. Up first, I went and saw Predator Badlands in theaters. And Dan Trachtenberg is now 3 for 3 with his Predator movies. Prey, Killer of Killers, and now Badlands are all fantastic. The franchise is in good hands. This is a needed breath of fresh air. Where Prey was more of your typical Predator film and Killer of Killers was an anthology and it was animated, this one is so different. This is the most fun Predator movie.
Okay.
In a way that's also funny and surprisingly heartfelt, which I was not expecting. Really, really love this movie. Deck is a great main character who is the Yautja Predator main character. He and Elle Fanning, who plays, Thea? Her name is Thea? Yeah, Thea, who is a Weyland Yutani android from the Alien universe, which they're now both connected canonically. I don't want to say relationship, but their interactions are fantastic. Love them together. Elle Fanning is such a treasure in this movie. Her line delivery is so good. The visual effects are fantastic. If there's anything I can criticize, is that some of the relationships between characters felt a bit rushed. There are some things where you're like, okay, and all of a sudden they're just really getting along now, or they're like really working together or whatever, and it's like, okay, sure. But I loved the fact that like a lot of people were wondering, can you make a PG-13 Predator movie and not lose any of the violence? You totally can, because, and I won't spoil why, but this movie is just as bloody and gory as other Predator movies, but it's PG-13, and I will not spoil how. I really enjoyed this. I thought it was fantastic. I cannot wait to see Trachtenberg's next movie, which apparently he says his next idea is unlike any movie that has ever been made ever, which is a bold statement from Mr. Trachtenberg. But I thought this was really good. If you have a chance to go see this in theaters, I highly recommend it. The score is fantastic. The visuals are fantastic. And if you can see it with an audience, people just go rioting on sometimes because it gets really funny or awesome or whatever.
Okay.
Then I went to the next day. I went to the theaters to see Good Fortune, which was the Guardian Angel movie with Keanu Reeves and Seth Rogen and Aziz Ansari. And this movie is competent. It's fine. I was expecting a comedy movie to be funny from Aziz Ansari, and it wasn't really that funny. There were a couple of giggling moments, mostly because of Keanu Reeves' character, who is such an idiot, and he's just very innocent and pure, and I absolutely love him for that. The messaging of this movie is the big problem, though, not because it's bad. Like it's a good message that the rich, do they really deserve all the money they have? Oh my god, it's not the fact that it's a bad message. It's that it's like it's hitting you over the head with a brick. It's like there's no subtlety. It's all like in your face. There's no subtlety to it, right? But it's also just not really funny. I will say it works better. I would actually say that this is a somewhat sequel to It's a Wonderful Life.
Okay.
Very similar idea of a guardian angel helping some guy try and reestablish his purpose. And I think that when it's trying to be like a somewhat sequel, it's not really a sequel, but when it's acting like a sequel to it is when it works. When it's trying to be funny, it doesn't really work. And so, it was fine. It's okay. Nothing truly spectacular. And then finally, for the first time, I watched this movie without falling asleep. Ratatouille, which, the last time I watched this movie, I think it was when it came out. My mom and I rented it, and we both fell asleep during it. So that was kind of bad. But this was back when I was in like middle school, so it makes sense. But this is a wonderful ode to pursuing your passion. There's just a couple of bumps along the way. I think the movie can be a bit slow compared to other Pixar movies. Like, it's definitely which is, I mean, it can be a good thing because it's more low key. It's more about cooking and kind of exploring your passions. But like the rest of the movie is so darn good that it's, it's easy to kind of gloss over the slow parts. But also just the cast. Like, the cast isn't that exciting. Like, I don't remember. I can't tell you anyone that's in this movie except for Peter O'Toole, because he's a huge actor from like the 60s and 50s, and he plays the critic in this movie, which is fantastic. I do find some annoyance that the critic is like an antagonist, which is like, because I want to be a critic for film, so it's like I don't like seeing them be the villain, but I get it, because artists don't like it when we tell them the truth. But it's not my favorite Pixar film, but it is a really good one, and a great one, and I really enjoyed this movie. It's very well animated, and it gets very emotional. That ending is still, the whole part when the critic tastes the ratatouille, so good. But this was my first Turkey Toon Fest movie of this week. Okay. Next was a movie I've been wanting to watch for a while, which is Promare, which is the first feature-length anime film from Trigger, the studio that did Cyberpunk Edgerunners and Kill La Kill.
Yeah, I know this one.
Various others. This is on HBO Max if you want to watch it. This movie is staggeringly gorgeous. It's like, it doesn't really, I mean, it looks like anime, but it does have enough stylistic and color like choices that are just bold and like brilliant looking. The powers look incredible. The character designs are wonderful. The voice acting in both English and Japanese is really good. I just wish the story was super interesting to match all this kinetic energy that the movie has. They set up this beautiful foundation of being like a commentary on race or gender or sexuality or religion, or like people that are just different than you, the other being, marginalized or being kept down in society. And then they undo all of that with something that happens in the story. And I don't really like that. There is also a villain in this movie, and that arc of the story just didn't, it wasn't surprising, but it just didn't work either.
Gotcha.
But just fucking bonkers visuals, like one of the craziest movies you'll ever watch. It's incredibly beautiful, a little hollow narratively, but not enough for me to dislike it in any way. I think it's just kind of more the resolution of the story was disappointing to me. I
was gonna say, this looks so much like Edgerunners too, like the stylistic.
I would say it looks a lot more like Kill La Kill, if you've ever seen.
Or that.
Kill La Kill.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Edgerunners definitely feels more like a CD Projekt Red kind of thing.
Okay.
But I did really like this movie. I can't wait to pick it up on Blu-ray at some point, because I'm sure it will look fantastic when it's not being streamed over the internet. And then speaking of anime, checked out the first Slam Dunk, which is a anime movie about basketball, a team of high school basketball players. And I've seen so many reviews about this movie that are like, oh my god, this is the best sports movie ever. Oh my gosh, it's like perfect. I don't think it's necessarily incredible. It's a refreshing movie, though, for sure, in a bloated landscape of sports movies. The problem is that it's still formulaic. But the parts that are not formulaic are what makes it work. The fact that it is one basketball game, and the whole thing is broken up with backstories of all the players and how they came together as a team, interspersed throughout the game, is a great way to do it. Fantastic, brilliantly written. The backstories are all captivating, and the characters are wonderful. Love all those. The problem is that the actual sport part of it is exactly the same as any other sports movie you've ever seen or could ever imagine. It's literally the same goddamn thing. I mean, so much so that I will not even spoil this for you by telling you how it ends.
Because we know.
How do you think this ends?
They win.
Yeah, it's not that fucking difficult. I would rather show the power of teamwork, how they all came together, and then show them lose, and then they stay together as a team. Like, hey, no, we'll get it next time. Hey, great job, other team. That is so much more interesting to me than just, oh, we won. Oh my god, that part's boring. I hate when you stick to that formula. But my only true major complaint is that formulaic part. I'm not a big fan of 3D anime. This movie does make an argument for it, though, because the original manga is from like the 80s or 90s or something, so it looks older style, and I really do like that, actually. Also, the music choices, fantastic. We need more rock and metal in anime. We always have. So But the ending of this movie is far more interesting. Two of the players from the opposing teams go to teams in the United States, like they're like college teams or whatever. And I want to see those stories. Like they have to go to the US because they're like super short compared to everyone else. They're going to have to like, what are the challenges they have to overcome? The college environment. Like I would love to see that in a film. And hopefully we'll get another one because this is really highly reviewed and did really well. Hopefully we can get another one.
We'll see.
And I think I have one more before. Yeah,
one more.
And it's The Running Man, which I love, the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, so I was really excited about this one. And this one's good. It's a better movie than the original, for sure. I still would say that I enjoy the original just a tad bit more. The problem here is that this is an Edgar Wright movie. Edgar Wright did Shaun of the Dead, did Hot Fuzz, did The World's End, and those are really distinctly his. This does not feel like an Edgar Wright movie. There are moments where it does. There are moments when the camera and the editing are really interesting. And then it doesn't. And I saw someone point out that the last half of this movie is where it lost steam a little bit. And I had to agree with that. I do think it loses a little bit of steam in the last half. But Glenn Powell is fantastic here. I love Glenn Powell in this movie. Great action here. And I love the R-rated turn he kind of takes in this one. Like it's more crude than you're kind of expecting, which I really like. Also, Coleman Domingo, who plays the TV show host for The Running Man, is really good in this too. Totally a scene stealer. And I mean, the rest of the cast is fine. Josh Brolin and Lee Pace are good as well, but they're not like incredible. They're clearly there because they want to work with Edgar Wright, which I can respect. I love that. It's like Christopher Nolan. The script is a bit wonky. Some of the dialogue isn't that good, and at times it feels like they're dragging it out. So the original movie took place in like one night of television because it was a live show. But the original book, and then therefore this movie, you have to survive a month. You have to survive 30 days on the run. And so it kind of feels like it's being dragged out a little bit. Which I was not the most big a fan of. But this does have some really good satire of like the idea of corporate control and censorship and like what's going to happen when these big companies are the ones ruling the country because billionaires are given way too much in this country. But it feels weird because this is a movie that's satirizing corporate control and censorship, yet this is the company that capitulated to Donald Trump and firing Stephen Colbert and ending The Late Show. So that feels a bit odd. But the action's good. It is funny. And I think it's a good movie. I just don't think it was necessarily, the shot in the arm that we really needed. I was expecting more frenetic, and we didn't get that. Okay. So, but I'm going to take a break from talking.
Yeah.
And we'll get to you.
Yeah, Kung Fu Panda. I wanted to check it out just because I remember really enjoying this movie, and it still holds up today. Maybe not as much as it did when I was younger in my years. So I really liked Jack Black in this movie, though. He really shows a lot of emotion through his voice and everything like that while doing the animation. And talk about the animation. The animation is absolutely beautiful in this movie as well. I really enjoyed it. I like the fighting scenes, how fluid it is. It's not very cutty or dodgy in this as well. Another thing is I like the other characters, kung fu characters in this being so different, and Po being even more different than they are. And the message of the story I really enjoy too is you might not the Dragon Warrior might not who you think it is, might not look like who you think it is, but then he shows his real self, and that's when Po becomes that. And I really enjoyed it. I gave it an 87 out of 100. It still holds up to this day. So
87 or 78?
Oh, 78. I'm sorry. My dyslexia hit.
No worries. I was making sure that I didn't get it wrong. All right. Well, we'll take a quick break because we have a comment here. Okay. Let's see. Patton Oswalt. That's another one. Yeah, Patton Oswalt was in Ratatouille. He's a big name, but he just didn't really stand out.
He was the brother, right?
Patton Oswalt was the main rat.
Oh.
He's the main character in Ratatouille, which I always forget. Alrighty. Well, let's go ahead and move right along. Another Turkey Toon Fest movie for me this month, and the new best movie that I've seen for Turkey Toon Fest is Tokyo Godfathers, which is the final Satoshi Kon animated film that I have not seen. So I was really excited to check this out. This movie is wonderfully human. And for a Satoshi Kon movie who did Paprika, he did Perfect Blue, and Millennium Actress, this one is very down to earth. It's very grounded. It's much more realistic. It does have some moments of some magicalness to it, which adds, because it's a holiday movie. It is definitely a Christmas time movie, which this is probably my new favorite Christmas movie, or holiday movie. It's up there with Die Hard. But it's also like, I think it's because it's characters. The three main characters are so layered, they're so human, but they're imperfect. Like they have flaws, but those flaws are explained in a way that makes you love them more, right? You have the ex-gambler, who is the ex kind of family man who is kind of disgraced and embarrassed to return back. You have the drag performer and actually a trans character who was a performer and then violently assaulted a patron and got herself fired and is now on the street. And then the like 11 or 12-year-old girl who ran away from home. And they're all together, and they find that an infant has been left in the garbage, and they set out on a quest to reunite the infant with her family. Which is just already a beautiful kind of story for a holiday thing, right? Like this time it's like the found family, like this infant has a family while trying to find the real one, which is really something special. Animation's gorgeous. Every Satoshi Kon movie is beautifully animated. But this one's in more of a grounded way. Again, it's more realistic. The colors are more down to earth. It looks like you're just in Tokyo. It's also, what I really appreciated is that it's a holiday film that's non-denominational. You could watch this as a part of any religion or or lack of religion and still find enjoyment and meaning in this. And I really like that in a holiday movie. It shouldn't just be, like it's not Starbucks. What's the company? Hallmark propaganda, right? Yeah. Or like Christian propaganda or whatever, right? Like this should just be like, it's just a beautiful, everyone can get into it message. I will say there is some troubling stuff with the representation of the trans character, just the way that people talk about her, but it's from 2003, so I mean it's kind of to be expected, but also like it is ahead of its time in the way that Satoshi Kon handles them as a character, which I really appreciate. But by remaking the Western film Three Godfathers into this kind of a holiday movie, it's just really good. I really enjoyed it, and if you have a chance to watch this, I think it's on Tubi for free. It is perfect Christmas season movie. Just going to go ahead and say that up there. What's not a good movie is the direct-to-video Aladdin sequel, The Return of Jafar, which, on the positive side, the voice acting's good, except for one notable thing. But it's fine. It's a continuation that brings back one of Disney's best villains, so that's kind of fun. Other than that, there's not a whole lot else positive to say. They because they could not get Robin Williams back for the genie, they hired the guy who plays Homer. And it just sounds like Homer trying to be the genie, which is really frustrating. He's not trying to impersonate Genie. He's not trying to be Genie. He's trying to impersonate Robin Williams. And that's the bad part. He tries to do all these wild things, the song is not that good. Luckily, they get Robin Williams back for The King of Thieves, I think is the third one. But also, man, there's way too much Gilbert Gottfried in this. Iago, the bird. Oh my God, has so much time in this. It's 2 songs. Why is Gilbert Gottfried singing to me? I don't like it. The animation also suffers. This is clearly made by the TV studio or like the B team. It just doesn't look good. The colors, backgrounds, they're all muted. They're not nearly as vivid or good looking. And the movement just looks stilted and weird. The story is also just not that interesting. Like, Jafar became a genie at the end of the first movie and then was locked away in the lamp. He should be far more threatening than he is in this movie. He's just not. He's turned into a boring villain, unfortunately. It's just an uninteresting movie. I would say if you're a massive Disney fan, if you love Disney and the animated movies and you love Aladdin, you could probably check this out. You might like it more than I did. But if you're just like you're a casual moviegoer, I wouldn't watch this by any means.
Gotcha.
Now let's go ahead. This is the first time I've watched a movie early, before it released. I went and saw Sisu Road to Revenge on Monday as a part of Regal's Mystery Movie Mondays. And I did not know this was going to be the movie. I had an inkling it was going to be this or Fackham Hall, but it was this. And I was pleasantly surprised. This was a really violent and gory, fun time. I'll be honest, I haven't seen it. When I saw this in theaters, I had not seen the first movie. we'll talk about the first one right after this. The main actor, Jorma Tomila, is fantastic as the main character. His name is not Sisu; it's something else. His action scenes are so brutal, but it's also the fact that he goes through so much. He is like he's given a name that translates to immortal, and that's kind of the case. He goes through. There's literally more blood comes out of that man than is in the human body. It's crazy. There's also he does not speak the entire time. And that's great. It's almost like a Mad Max if Mad Max Fury Road was a silent movie, which is really interesting. It's got music and sound effects, but interesting that there's no dialogue. The action sequences are pure insanity. There's a lot of it where you're like, okay, really? But it's also like, fun. Like he flips a tank. I'm not going to tell you how, but he flips a tank. It's unrealistic, but I love that it is, right? Because it would be worse if he did something like he flips the tank and everyone's like, whoa, or like, what? How did he do that? Right? No, it literally like he'll flip the tank and all the people are just standing there looking at him and no one says anything about it. They're just like it's normal.
Like he's done this before.
Yeah, which I'm like, I want to see an actual war scene from this because there's probably mechs or something at this point. I love Stephen Lang. He's the villain from Avatar. He's in this movie as the guy who killed Sisu's family. And he's intimidating, but his dialogue kind of sucks. Literally every single line he says is, "That's one stubborn motherfucker." And he says that line like 6 times. It's like, okay, I don't need to hear that again. It also suffers from the fact that there's not really a plot. It's just a loose string of events to get him from A to B.
Yeah,
which is fine for this kind of movie, but it doesn't matter. It's super fun. It's a total blast. I mean, if you're not going to go see Wicked this weekend because you're not interested in a musical or not a fan, this could be the fun movie you go see instead. It's definitely bloody. I will say some of it's hard to watch. There are some sequences that are very hard to watch. The practical effects and the violence are very good in this movie. So, but that is Sisu Road to Revenge, which comes out on Friday. And then immediately came home and watched the first movie. Which I will say the second movie was slightly better. I think with a slightly higher budget, if they got one, it looked better. This one is also fun. I don't think the villain is as good here. And the second one definitely has this thing where like he's with his truck the whole time, and that's such a cool setting for multiple like inventive things to happen. This one is just, but the second movie has to deal with Russians. This one is him killing Nazis, and of course, the best possible people on the planet you can kill. The violence and the action are good. I think the sequel does it slightly better, though. There's also a lot of suspending disbelief in this movie. There's one thing that happens, and I actually was like, how the hell did that happen? And I'm not going to spoil it. It's at the end of the movie. Also, I love that they kind of explain his legend. It's not like because he's already a legendary figure at the beginning of the first movie. They explain it in world, like in a dialogue. It's not like a narration or anything, which I really appreciated. It's dumb fun. Some great kills. There's some badass women in this movie. Won't spoil how or why they're badass, but they're badass. It's not as polished as the second movie. Obviously, you get better with your second effort, but it's still a really fun, badass, good time. It's on Hulu with Disney Plus, but it's also on Tubi. So if you have a chance, check it out.
Very cool.
And lastly, for me, I'm going to do this pretty quick, is Persepolis, my last Turkey Toon Fest movie. This is an animated movie from France about a woman who was born in Iran before the Iranian Revolution of 1979, which is when the kind of religious fanaticism took over, where they started implementing like the hijab wearing more strictly. And I might be butchering, it might be the wrong word, but they got a lot more strict on people and what they were doing. This movie is beautiful, gorgeously animated. Nothing looks quite like it because the person who directed it also did the graphic novel that it was based on her life. So it's her artwork, and I really like that. It's gorgeous. I will say the way that it uses black and white, because it's mostly in black and white animation, which is awesome. It only goes into color when it's modern day, which I appreciated. If there's anything I can nitpick at some pacing, there are a few sequences that felt a little repetitive and went on a little too long. I think I would have liked to have seen more about how she saw Iran before the revolution. If it was like a paradise to her, and then it kind of gets reduced to, more of a totalitarian state or whatever. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more of a difference between those two, but we just kind of jump into the revolution pretty quick. But other than that, it's truly fantastic. Probably the second best movie I've watched so far. with Turkey Toon Fest. More people need to watch this. I would say this is a must watch. To if I was ever going to give a course on like empathy through movies and how to like identify with other people and their struggle, this would easily be one of them.
Oh, okay, very cool.
Alrighty, and from a animated story about personal struggles in the Iranian Revolution, we go to Thanksgiving.
Eli Roth.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving came out in 2023. I mean, it is Thanksgiving next week, so wanted Nadia just put it on, and I had a lot of fun with it. It's gory, it's killy. There's not too much of a story. The plot twist is pretty good. What happens, even though it might be a little predictable for some people, but it's overall just a really fun. And I just wish some of the one-liners would have been a lot more hit a lot more than some other good movies, but it did not, unfortunately. But I mean, you're there. I really enjoyed all the practical effects in this movie as well. Again, like you were talking with Sisu, is some stuff you're like, okay, that wouldn't really happen, but it was still cool at the same time, is what you get in this movie as well. So I give it a 77 out of 100. Just a fun horror Thanksgiving movie, which we need more of, I feel like.
Also, I mean, I wasn't that big a fan of the movie, but I got to point out, Carver, the villain, is the good
guy. I mean, you're not wrong.
I know.
So
he is the good guy in the movie. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get to these comments here. Maybe it's because of the marketing of the first. Probably.
Maybe.
Dan was also Genie in the Aladdin television series. I don't think Return of Jafar was that bad, but it's wrong. True. I mean, there are people who like it more than I do. I definitely watched it more when I was a kid and enjoyed it. I don't like it as much now. It definitely just kind of feels cheap, and that has that direct-to-video quality that, like, that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's kind of the same thing that Netflix movies have, where it's kind of like it just feels cheaper, even though it might be just as high budget as other movies. I don't know. Just it does this on this viewing, it didn't rub me the right way. I do like the one with Aladdin's father, the third one, better. I will say that.
Too much parrot.
Yeah, too much Gilbert Gottfried singing in my ear. All right, let's go ahead and do the wheel spin movies. Kevin, you're short.
Yeah, my short is going to be Blue Cat Blues. And while watching this, I know exactly what this short was because I've seen so many of it on like Instagram and stuff like that, little shorts of it. And this is about depression, and it does not go well, unfortunately, with this one. It is for me, it was kind of funny to see like how far of people move along with mental illness and stuff like that. They're just sitting on train tracks waiting to get run over and no one's trying to help them. And I'm like, ooh, that would not fly today because of everything that happens. But it just shows that sometimes you can give somebody so much, but then they give you nothing in return. And that's what happens in this short. But it's beautifully animated. I really liked it. And but I did not like the narration in this. I didn't think it needed any narration in it, just because you can tell the story by what is going on in the animation. But I give it an 82 out of 100. That's the only really thing I did not like or enjoy.
All right. Well, apparently Jerry is the narrator. So.
Oh, okay.
Which I just saw as looking at the film. My short this week was Blitzwolf, which is a World War II propaganda short from Tex Avery. Meaning that it was pretty darn good because it was Tex Avery. It's fine enough propaganda. It redoes the story of the Three Little Pigs, but makes the wolf into a version of Hitler and the Three Little Pigs into like Allied soldiers. The Hitler wolf is funny. There's a really funny part where it's like he's in a trench and there's like all these explosions going off and he gets a phone call and he's like, quiet! And it all just stops and he just takes the phone call like super calm. You know, there's fun stuff like that. But it just kind of seems weird. The most brutal thing they say about him is they call Hitler a jerk. And it's like, you probably could have been a little bit more crude about that one. But it is a standard propaganda short. I mean, it wasn't like necessarily something like, it wasn't like Daffy the Commando, I think is the name of it, or some of the other more notable ones. But still funny. Still enjoyed it.
Yep.
Alrighty, cool. Kevin. Your first foray into Final Fantasy.
Yeah. I wish I knew more about Final Fantasy because this didn't really want me to watch any of the other Final Fantasies or play through the games because, again, the games are so long and there's so many of them. There's so much backstory to it and stuff like that. But I will say it is beautifully animated. It looks like just like shorts in the video game, but just all compiled into one, and kind of gets a little bit of a money raise, so the animation looks a little bit more crisper to me in this one, which is really cool. um it was just good to me, and again, it's because I don't play these games. I do want to say again, animation was great, and the fighting at the end with like the kaiju or mechs were really cool as well. And the main character has a kind of rogue-like disappearance where he can throw a knife and he can teleport to there, and that every time that happened, it looks so damn cool. So that was really awesome about this, and the story is really good as well. It's just, again, I don't know any of the people, and it didn't want me to know or go into further explanation of the people, but it was really fun. That's why I enjoyed it, so I give it 68 out of 100.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
For me, my film was the 1968 film Charlie, and I did not really dig this one. About I don't want to say mentally handicapped, but a very unintelligent man who is given this kind of scientific procedure to become smart. And it kind of mocks the mentally handicapped in some ways, which I wasn't too big a fan of. I mean, I know it's the 1960s, and I don't expect a lot from that decade when it comes to empathy or representation, but it just didn't really do anything for me. But that wasn't the biggest problem. I think Cliff Robertson is decent in the role. Seeing Spider-Man's Uncle Ben being in this is very weird. The script just isn't that interesting from a performance point of view. He's not given a whole lot to do. He's really good in the first half when he's less intelligent, but when in the second half he just kind of gets boring. Like, he's not given enough to do by the script. The other characters all suffer the same fate. They're just these boring cardboard cutout characters to me. Just did not find anything really interesting about them, and I just did not care. And I don't think that film is as deep or as interesting as it thinks it's trying to be. It just kind of felt like a surface level scratching of the surface on what could have been something more deep and meaningful. Is it trying to share a message? Is it trying to tell us something about testing on human beings? Who knows? I was just trying not to fall asleep. I mean, I didn't actually fall asleep, but it's not poorly made either. It looks fine. It's a decent looking 68 movie. It's made fine. It's just not that interesting to me, at least on first viewing. I might have to go back and watch it again. Maybe if I can find like a physical copy, because I did watch this on YouTube, which is like for free. So might have to go out and find like a hard copy somewhere. Maybe it'll look a little bit better, but I don't know. Gotcha. Give it a 40. Alrighty.
Yeah.
2 quick comments on that one.
Okay.
It's that one. I was trying to touch on the ethics and morals of mentally disabled, like with Charlie's friends and how they treat him at the plant, and when he gets smart, they feel threatened and have him fired. Yeah, I can see that. I just don't think it was that exciting. Or like, not exciting. Or exciting is the wrong word. Interesting. Charlie is also based on the book Flowers for Algernon, which people have tried to ban, with the book probably being better due to the 60s. Yeah, I would say. I remember Flowers for Algernon. I think we read that in high school. And I do remember enjoying it. So maybe I'll have to go back and reread it. All right, let's go ahead and do the wheel spin, Kevin, which is
where we spin the wheel. Well, Garrett spins it. I never get to do it. For movies and shorts.
if there's a way I could send it to you, I would.
It's okay.
But let's go ahead. We're already kind of going over on time here, so we'll go ahead and give it about a minute or two here if you guys want to go ahead and get any suggestions in so we can add them. I don't know what I'm looking for.
Well, in this minute, tell them where you're going to go tonight.
Oh, yes. So there was a movie that won the wheel spin for Kevin a couple weeks ago called Angel's Egg. We marked how it was going to be coming to theaters. I'm actually going to see that tonight at 9 p.m., which is in an hour. So excited for that because it's only like an hour and 13 minutes, so I thought a 9 p.m. showing wouldn't be that bad. So
he's making the staff wait, be there late. It's okay.
I mean, there's movies at 10, so
I know. I'm kidding.
We got Foul Play from 1978 from Mr. Joey. And then Nadia says Ginger Snaps. Let me just make sure that's not on here already. No, it is not. Awesome.
I have not seen it either, so it's okay.
Sweet.
No.
Okay.
Yep.
Alrighty, we'll go ahead and give it about another minute here. I don't know what I'm looking for. I don't really kind of want anything in particular.
Hey, I know. You want an animation, so you don't have to pick one out.
That'd be nice.
For yourself.
Angel's Egg tonight counts, so I'm excited about that.
Oh, that's true.
Excuse me. But yeah, really don't know what I'm looking for. What about you?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm just.
You already were able to watch the short that I was going to pick for you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have another one, but
Oh, you do? Okay.
watch this be the time I win. I
Yeah.
can't give it to you. All right, we'll go ahead and do the wheel spinning now. We'll go ahead and save this real quick. Let's get to the wheel of shorts. We'll shuffle this up. Kevin?
Yep, let's get my short.
Let's do it.
I want a Tex Avery short. I'm calling it.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if there's any on here, though.
Damn it! Who done it? Three Stooges.
Nah, I got a Three Stooges one. That's
Have you
okay.
seen that one already?
Well, let's see. Your computer is probably much faster than mine.
I'm looking. Who done it was a Three Stooges one. I think I saw it because I
think you saw it.
Oh, I see it here. I have seen it. You have not.
Okay.
So that will be your short.
Okay.
It is on Amazon. So
Oh,
it's on Prime because all the Three Stooges shorts are on Prime. All right, let's go ahead and shuffle it up and we'll get mine. Three Little Wolves. Let's see here. I want to make sure I haven't seen it. Oh, it's a Disney Silly Symphony. That's cool. All right. It's been a while since I've seen a Silly Symphony, so I'm all here for it. All right. Also, I forgot to mention that as of this week, I have hit, 500 movies for this year.
Nice. Very good. Congratulations.
So with the month challenges, this will be the most movies I've watched in 1 year.
Nice.
And I thought that I was not going to be able to watch as many because of my masters. I was dead wrong.
Mm-hmm.
All righty, let's go ahead and spin the wheel here. Kevin.
For my short. I mean, my movie.
Film. Yeah. Movie. Your movie, film, cinema, whatever. I don't have a choice if it's me.
Me neither.
Baghead. What is Baghead?
It's a horror movie.
It's one word.
Oh. Is it the 2023?
Yes, I believe so. I think this was a Nadia pick, if I'm not mistaken.
If she can confirm in the chat, that would be fantastic for me.
Let's see here. Nadia does have a review for it, so.
Okay. So
I believe that was in fact hers. Alrighty, we'll go ahead and remove it from the list, and then we'll spin it for me.
Spin, spin, spin. Goop, goop, goop.
Alrighty, here we go. Where it lands, no one knows.
Oh, I gotta pick a movie.
It is a Kevin movie, so I cannot do that one. It was almost another horror movie. Yes, I think sounds like something I'd suggest. Well, then there you go.
Okay.
It was, in fact, a Nadia movie. It is going to be a Kevin pick.
Oh, jeez. I was getting ready, but then I wasn't.
I feel like I land on your pick for me more often than my pick for you, which is frustrating. Because I want to pick some stuff for you. All right. We're already keeping our viewers longer, and you're taking longer.
I know.
I'm just kidding. Totally
I know. You know what? You're gonna have a really fun one, and because it's Thanksgiving, it's gonna be a short one as well. Because I think it's gonna be cute. It's a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving.
Oh.
Is that a short? Would that be considered a short? It's 30
Hold
minutes.
on, let me check. Yeah, that would be a short. So that does not count as a film. Shorts are 45 minutes or less.
Okay.
At least in my head canon.
All right. Well, you're gonna watch a horror movie. You ready?
Okay.
You're gonna watch Pilgrim.
What the fuck is Pilgrim?
It's on Hulu, baby.
Is it another? Is it the 2019 one?
Yes. I think it's a Hulu exclusive too.
All right,
I wanted a Thanksgiving one for you because it's
that's fair.
Thanksgiving next week.
Because next week is going to be our Thanksgiving episode. So.
Exactly.
Alrighty, but it's going to be a. We actually have an interesting thing here. So both of our shorts have the number 3 in them, or involved in number 3, and we have horror films.
Ew.
Nadia
gross.
says, "Give him Founders Day next time."
Oh, I forgot. Well, that's election day, so that's a.
But yeah, so Kevin will be watching the short "Who Done It" by the Three Stooges, and then we'll be watching the 2023 horror film Bag Hit. I will be watching the short Three Little Wolves, and then we'll be watching the horror film Pilgrim. So that is going to be it for this week's episode. Thank you all for staying overtime with us. I watched a lot of movies this week, so thank you for bearing with us. But it's going to be like that because I'm going to do these monthly movie challenges for the foreseeable future. So. That's going to be what it is. So thank you so much for joining us, everyone. Of course, we do have our new movie club coming up on Friday, which in color scheme is very Thanksgiving-y.
Yes.
We're going to be taking a look at the Wes Anderson animated film Fantastic Mr. Fox, which I am super excited to talk about with Kevin. It'll be coming out on Friday. And of course, we have this live stream every single Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But thank you so much for joining us. And until next time, make sure to keep those eyes on the screen. Thank you.